In the studio with me, I got my brother, Mr. James Fortune, in the studio.
Yes.
Hey!
What's up, Randy? How you doing?
I'm so glad to see your face.
I know. I'm glad to see your face as well, in person, not on social media, Instagram.
Yes.
All that is great, but it's good to be here in person with you. It's been a minute. It's been a while, so to be here with you again is really a blessing, and glad to be here today.
I am so glad to see you for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is your brand new CD is out. It came out on Friday.
Yeah, Dear Future Me, and the response has been phenomenal. As soon as it dropped, #1 on iTunes. People have been supporting the album. Got some amazing artists and anointed people on the record with me. And it's just, this is the longest break I had in between albums. So to be back with this one and to see people just right back there to support, to love, to purchase, to download, it's truly, truly a blessing.
It is a blessing. Now, my question to you is, did you have that high top fade with the little...
Yeah. You know what? That's Derek Blank's award-winning photographer, and he's the one that did that. I sent him some pictures of me when I was in high school.
Okay.
He wanted to do kind of like the past, go into the future with the album cover. So, yeah, I had the high top fade, had the earring, all that. He, took the picture, kind of superimposed, recreated that whole thing. And the cover, really, a lot of people, it's like... They've been talking about the cover more than music before the music even came out. It's like the cover made a big deal on the internet.
It is
so
deep.
Yeah,
if you think about it, when you were younger, did you think where you would be?
Not at all. Not at all. I was, in high school, I wasn't really into gospel music like that. I was more into sports and activities like that, basketball, football. But, to see where God has brought me from so long from that point is just truly a blessing. And, when I talked to him about the vision of Dear Future Me, I said I didn't want just a regular album cover, just the normal, gospel artist, me smiling with the Photoshop picture and all of that. I said, let's try to do something. Let's try to be more creative. We saw a creative God. Let's stretch a little bit more. And that's what he gave me. And it was exactly what I wanted.
No offense to people who do the regular picture and things like that, but sometimes you just kind of get tired of, the pictures with the hands up and
just
the praying
the praying hand and just the smiling, and I think for me, I did a lot of that already. So with this, talking about the future, Dear Future Me, the music is transitioning me to a new place, to the future.
For sure.
The album cover does the same thing, and so we wanted it to kind of match and be synchronized with the music that people would hear.
Yeah. So going through the process of recording this, you took your time. You had some things going on in your life.
Yeah.
Was the break necessary for you, or could you have gone straight through it?
It was definitely necessary because there was some things accountability-wise that I needed to do. I think that was the main thing that I share with everyone that's really the life changer for me, was just being able to be accountable, which helped release a lot of the pain from my past, a lot of the shame, a lot of the regret, a lot of the resentment that I was holding against myself for things years ago that I didn't even realize I was harboring, that had become toxic in my life. So when I was able to be accountable, deal with the man in the mirror, the easy work is to blame other people or to minimize, justify, but the hard work is to say, you know what, like David, I am the man, and when you can do that, when you can be accountable and take responsibility, that's when things can really begin to change. Because you know how it is, we deal with different things, scandals, and it's all about, just let time, it'll be fine, don't talk about it, just, act like it never happened. But so many people are being healed by my transparency. It's really producing transformation in other people because they're seeing a man come forward and take responsibility, take accountability, and it's making other men, and it's giving women, what I'm noticing more of too, is giving women even a sense of, it's good to see a man actually take responsibility and not deny and not ignore, his actions or his decisions that he may have made that brought him to this place.
Yeah. It's a lot to be able to actually put that into action after you've decided, okay, I'm just gonna put it all out there. But I'm going to deal with it while I put it out there.
Yeah.
Because, putting it out there, I notice millennials are really good at admitting their sin.
Yeah.
I don't know, in my generation, we would go up to the front at altar call and say, I've sinned, please forgive me. And then we'll walk away. We still stuck with it, But the millennials will be like, hey, this happened.
This is it.
Okay, so now I'm going to now I'm going to take care of it. So I truly appreciate it. When we come back, we're going to play I Forgive Me, which is so powerful. We have some other songs we want to feature, but I'm really happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad you had me here. This is awesome. I was your first interview, so it's like, you know what? That's a blessing to be
almost
back.
6 years ago. You were my very first interview here at Praise 102.7 Detroit. So I'm glad to have you here on the air with me. It's James Fortune on Praise, Detroit's inspiration station. It's my brother James Fortune.
Yes. Back in studio with my sis.
I know.
Feels good to be back.
It does. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So now, I Forgive Me is the title cut from, you know, your new CD. Dear Future Me is the name of the CD.
Yeah.
When you came out with this, was this before the project? Did you already know, or was this something just in your heart?
The song I Forgive Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a part of, you know, my process, my journey over the last 3 years. So one of the things that I learned when I was going through therapy, going through counseling, is the need to be able to forgive yourself, to be able to release the shame and the hurt and the anger, whatever it is that you feel towards yourself, because harboring those feelings and suppressing those emotions actually become toxic, and it causes the cycle to continue, because you're so angry with yourself, you resent yourself so much that you just can never move forward. You can never have a future me if you haven't forgiven the old you. And so part of moving forward towards your future is being able to, whatever in your past, to not get trapped and caught up in that the pain of your past, but be able to forgive yourself. Not that you lose the memory of what's happened, but you don't allow those memories to allow that same pain in your life. You know, it's like when you forgive someone else. If somebody comes and you forgive them, it's not that you forgot what they've done, but you don't hold it against them any longer when you really forgive that person. And so that's how it has to be when you forgive yourself. You know, you stop beating yourself up over what you didn't do right, and you stop beating yourself up over you know, opportunities you didn't take advantage of, whatever it may be that you've been harboring. And when you do that, it just releases you to receive the new things that God has for you.
On a personal level, that happened to me, and there were times where I was like, I can't, you know, do this because I did that.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to be on the radio at Praise 102.7 with my past. And I openly say, look, you know, you want to dig for dirt, you're going to find some dirt. But God forgave me, and the word says that there's no condemnation for those in Him, and I am in Him, so I don't worry, and He's in me. So that, you know, I started to really kind of drop my shoulders when I realized that forgiveness through Christ is real.
It's real. It is. And God said, I will forgive you of your sins, and I will remember them no more. That means that He won't throw them back up in your face. You know, people will, but God doesn't do that. When He forgives you, He says, I'm throwing it into the sea of forgetfulness. And so He never brings, now, a lot of times the enemy, you know, he's the accuser of the brother. And so He's going to always remind you of your past. He's going to always remind you of where you failed, what you didn't do right. And a lot of times we also incarcerate ourselves by our past, but that's not God. Like you said, there's no condemnation. His grace is sufficient, but sometimes it's just hard to walk in it when you're still holding on to what you didn't do, or other people are always trying to condemn you for your past. We're always labeled a lot of times by the worst decision we've ever made. The lady in the Bible, the issue of blood, it doesn't say her name, because once people know your issue, they don't even care about your name anymore. They label you by that issue.
Right. But people do. God doesn't.
Yeah, God does not.
So cool. You have a song called Favor. What's the background with that?
Favor of God is a song, a fun song, choir song. It says, I got it and I love it. The favor of God is all over me, and it ain't my fault. You know, Joseph, his brothers were jealous of him because his father gave him the coat of many colors, the coat of favor. They were mad at him, but it wasn't even his fault. His father gave him that favor. I think a lot of times people mad at us because we get positions they don't think we're qualified for, or we, you know, get in homes or cars they don't think we should be able to afford. But when the favor of God is on your life, it's favor is a force, and there's nothing man can do about it. So don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at you, because you ain't have nothing to do with it. God just put it on your life. It's the favor of God.
2.7 Detroit's inspiration station. Man, James Fortune.
You got favor. You got favor. So I got that favor. That's what we got.
I felt that one from the top of my head to the sole of my feet.
Come on now. That's what I like. When you feel it, then we know we all right.
Yeah, you know how I am. I'm like, hey.
Can turn it up a little bit more, a little bit more.
Let me run.
That's it.
So this is featuring Zacari Cortez.
Yeah, Zacari Cortez. My little brother, you know, he's been with me since the I Trust You album. 12 years now we've been doing songs together. Both from Houston, Texas. So of course we've always, you know, watched him grow up since he was about 7 years old, singing with his family. And so he always comes in and been a blessing really to my ministry. And I've done, you know, wrote One More Time for him. I wrote the new one, God Help Me, and also featured him on my last album, but Let Your Power Fall.
Yes, you
so,
did.
So
Yeah,
he's
that was
just,
a good one, too.
it's been a great just team effort between me and him.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I am so glad you have other people featured on.
Tasha Cobbs,
Yes.
Detroit's own Kiera Sheard, Isaac Curry, and also, we just heard Cardi Cortez. Yeah, those are the features. Yeah. So this album is such a personal, a transparent album. It's one that's just really dear to my heart. And so for the features, I really was grateful to be able to have my friends. These people are really my friends for real. I mean, the people who have really walked with me through this journey, walked with me through this process, and they wanted to be a part of the album. And what a lot of people don't know is that Zacardi and Isaac Curry, and they sung background on the whole record. So I was calling about just being featured. They're like, look, man, we want to help you any way we can. We're gonna sing, do all the backgrounds, whatever you need. So when we got in town, they were part of all of the songs.
That makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
Because you can easily give up on somebody and just walk away.
Oh yeah.
And it's good to have people who, they're not going to lift you up for anything that would harm somebody. But once you have forgiven yourself and everybody's forgiven you, and you can still move forward.
Yeah.
In what you're doing, that's amazing to me.
Yeah. And you know what?
That feels good.
Yeah, it does. And being able to forgive yourself, another thing that's so important about it, because you still when you have when you go through something publicly, you're still gonna have to deal with rejection. You can forgive yourself, God can forgive you, but it doesn't mean that everybody's gonna accept you.
Sure.
One of the things that I realized that you can't control other people forgiving you. You can only forgive yourself. The excessive need to be forgiven is another controlling behavior that got me in the situation I was in. So I can't control other people's actions. Who forgives me? But I can forgive myself that way. Whoever doesn't forgive me at that point, it doesn't have the same effect because God has forgiven me, not forgiving myself.
That feels so good. James Fortune, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you. This was awesome. Album came out, had to come in town, show you some love. We've been on the road since before Father's Day.
Yeah.
I'm not getting home until about another week or so.
And I've been seeing you, we follow each other on social media, so I've been seeing you everywhere. And found out that you came here just to see me.
Yeah, we came to the D just to see you. No other interviews are set up. We stopped, hollered at, God's World. I had to go by there and say hello. We got the album in there. And so I wanted to come by and hang out with you. And you've been a blessing to the ministry. You've been supportive and you've been consistent with your love. So I wanted to come by and just say thank you.
Yeah, my brother is James Fortune.
Yeah, he my sister.
And whatever has gone on in your life and mine as well, we've been able to reach out to each other, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to still call you my friend and my brother.
Yeah, thank you. That means a lot because you don't really know who's with you until you go through a storm. It'll show you. It'll reveal to you who's with you when you can no longer benefit them. When you're not, you don't have the influence that they were around before. That's when you really find out who your true friends are.
Absolutely the truth. Well, the name of the CD is
Dear Future Me. Put that on Facebook, Twitter, everything.
Yes.
I appreciate the support.
Y'all picked that up today. We had a chance to give a few away before they could
Wow.
buy them
Thank you.
last week, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to listen to the whole thing now.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for you to hear it. I know you're gonna text me some notes, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Right to my phone.
Everybody knows that about me.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, James. I love you.
Love you too.